but I feel like this is a little bit more precedent than the Q&A.
It doesn't matter.
Chats.
No, Cass. It doesn't matter how you consider it. It's what happened.
Okay, Vicky, I'm not even trying to like have that argument right now. You're gonna keep attacking me about suicide.
Do not talk to the members.
Were you or were you not medically diagnosed with multiple personality disorder? I don't even know where to start with this video. Hey guys, Under the Mask here, and fuck it, I'll get straight to the point. For the past 9 months, I've virtually disappeared off of YouTube. I've been going back and forth between school and trying to perfect my craft in editing and commentary. I wanted to come back to YouTube strong, for 2020. I've been taking odd jobs working for a variety of different YouTubers. Some notable ones would be the 44 Studios and XIX who I'm currently employed with now. But there was one YouTuber that I worked for in 2019 who has had a very notorious reputation throughout the voice acting and ASMR communities. He goes by the name ChaosPM. I've had extensive contact with this individual as from August of 2019 to present day. I was officially contracted as his editor and an off-book manager for his Discord server. I made some of his creepypasta videos and even an Area 51 meme video that got around 16,000 views, which, for me, it was a big achievement. However, with the recent events that have conspired involving Chaos and his private Discord server and its members, I now look back at these videos and become disgusted with myself for ever being involved with such a person. These events that I refer to are involving of Chaos and underage girls on Discord. ChaosPM has indulged himself in sexual activities with these minors, ranging from harassment, erotic roleplay, death threats, grooming, and even suicide. From what I've seen personally, and what's been made available to the public, Chaos has mentally scarred and damaged these minors in ways that I could never, ever imagine. I could never imagine another human being going to the extent that he has. Through voice calls, private DMs, and even other public discords, he has harassed and sexually mistreated these minors. Minors that were fans of his content. Today I am making this video, not to bash his reputation, not to ruin him, but to show everyone the full story. The story of ChaosPM, and the truth behind the voice. Let's wind the clocks back to July 22nd, 2019, my first interaction with Chaos. I initially wanted to work with him as an editor. Not because I liked his content, god, no, I never liked ASMR. No, I worked with him because he was my friend at the time, and I was also still trying to perfect my editing. I helped run his Discord server, the Chaotic Llama Pen, which to this day has been taken down. He's made a new one, I think it's named the Chaotic Mansion or something like that, but he is still on Discord. I made some friends, a few that I still have contact with today. The people mainly subsiding on his Discord consisted of, as I said previously, underage females. And from August to October of that same year, I've had these individuals contact me through DMs. Me, being the optimistic little shithead that I am, expected these people to come to me wanting to meet Chaos, or even be a moderator on a server. As he was, quote that, past tense, was a very respected content creator within the voice acting community. But that was not the story. These individuals had contacted me to inform me of the sexual misconduct Chaos had performed on them through DMs and Discord calls. Topics such as DDLG, BDSM, and ERP were all discussed between these minors and Chaos. At the time, when I was told that my friend was being a pedophilic predator, I didn't want to believe it. I could never imagine one of my friends would ever want to commit such acts of inhumanity, let alone do them. But when the evidence came forward to me, there was no doubt in my mind. This is who my friend was, and I had to leave as soon as I could. In October, me and Chaos had a deal for $800, which quickly dropped down to $425, for 30 creepypasta videos for me to edit for him. I planned on quitting my editing job after the deal, but by October 2nd, when I already sent him 2 videos and had the other 22 in my files, he canceled the deal, only compensating me with about $100. This situation isn't as big of a deal than the Predator shit, but from my perspective, this is how it went down. Allegations, disbelief, evidence, betrayal, exodus. Since the day I left his Discord, my community that I run, Cerberus Gaming Networks, has been flooded with raids and information leaks from Chaos's fans. I can't confirm or deny whether or not he was involved, but I can confirm that his fans went out of their way to target my people, which I'm still very upset about. Had it been through manipulation from Chaos or even peer pressure, maybe even threats, I would understand. But I'll never know the motive for why they did what they did. I put out an announcement, and that was it for quite some time. At least that's what I thought. My current employment with XIX required me to work with Chaos for a big project, an audio drama, and as I was more than happy to edit the video, I wasn't so thrilled to work with him. I expressed my concern with Rin, told him the story, and he said he would look into it. January 4th, 2020, I get a call on Discord while I'm at work. It finally happened. XIX Mayday, and any other voice acting YouTuber who had contact with Chaos had publicly denounced his actions and banned Chaos from their Discord servers. As semi-big YouTubers, this caused confusion within their communities, so they held a Q&A event on a different Discord server to explain what had happened. This event, by force of Chaos, was quickly turned into an interview in which I had to take control of. But before we get into that interview, let's talk about the supposed evidence that keeps being brought up. The evidence against Chaos.
Upset the established order, everything becomes chaos.
So, question number one. Do you think in recent events, within the past week, you've done anything that you should apologize for? If so, can you please
Yes.
name it?
So, I've already kind of apologized for some of it. My behavior was unacceptable. Things that I did was wrong, and I'll explain what those were. So I acted unacceptably in Mayday server. I acted unacceptable between people who I was close to. When I say unacceptable, I mean like making people uncomfortable unintentionally, not realizing it, and then being told that it's making them uncomfortable, and I apologize. So I personally do apologize for the behavior that I displayed this past week. There's no excuse behind what I've said, and everything. When I say what I've done, means I'm what I know that I've done, not the accusations. I'm not admitting to all accusations that have been put upon me. I'm
All right,
simply stating.
that's what the rest of the questions are for the interview.
Okay.
I planned this ahead. Don't worry.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move on to the next question. Now,
Okay.
as evidence has been risen, if you want, you can look at the text chat, the all we got of him text chat. There are some DMs there, some
I haven't
very
looked at it.
notorious DMs. I'm gonna go with the first question. A lot of what you said, or claimed to have said, or accused to have been said, you said most of it was a joke. So if you were to role play with somebody,
Recently, yes.
hold on, let me finish the question.
Sorry.
If you were to role play with somebody or call somebody hot, or you would make notable comments on their body, mainly females, you would say that it's a joke. And here's a mask 2-bit point. I kind of see that as like a rice gum thing, kind of saying everything's a joke. So where do you draw the line between where something's a joke and you're actually being serious about it?
Okay, so this is a big thing that I've learned recently. Because of the tone of my voice, it's been pretty hard to determine when I'm being serious or when I'm saying a joke. So, like, majority of the time, if I say I'm being serious, then I'm being serious. If not, and I tell this to all my friends. If not, then I'm probably joking. That is usually how. And so, I will say this: my past mistakes, like going back to when I was 17, a lot of it wasn't joking. Like I was serious about it, and it was wrong. And to my knowledge, everything that happened was between people told me, and I was informed that they were the age of 15 or older. So me, it was not okay what I did. It was wrong, and I own up to the mistake. I have done this before. I have explained this before about those past mistakes when I was 17. I made those mistakes, and there's nothing I can do to take them back. All I can do is apologize, and I can try to move on, and I can try to change myself. Now, the biggest concern that I've noticed is my sense of humor and the way I talk to people and the way I act in front of people.
Well, that's the thing, Chaos. You know me very well, I would hope, to know that my sense of humor, I don't give a fuck what people think. I could say something about the Iranian general getting fucking nuked, and everybody would know that's a mass thing to say.
Yeah, exactly. It's controversial.
However, with you're saying that not everyone's appealing to those jokes. Now, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Let me just finish quick. I understand that. You're saying that, oh, not everyone gets my sense of humor, but at the same time, they do. Because the people that you're saying don't get your sense of humor get my sense of humor. And my sense of humor is significantly worse than your sense of humor. A lot darker. So please explain how they don't get it.
Okay. Here's what I mean by that. Like, it's not what I'm saying, it's how I say it. So it's like when you're saying a joke, it's kind of obvious that you're telling a joke. For me, my voice doesn't really change much. So when I'm saying
that, good point.
So it's like it's hard to differentiate when I'm joking or when I'm being serious. And that's why sometimes my humor gets taken seriously or out of context.
But let's say the jokes, because you're saying it's about the tone. What about what you're actually saying? You're saying that doesn't matter. Sometimes what you actually say that you're saying is a joke, which seems to be the majority.
It can hurt somebody.
Hold on. I need you to let me finish when I'm talking. I let you finish. You let me finish. It's fine. So, fuck, you made me lose my train of thought. What the fuck? Whose zipper was that?
Yeah, that was mine. Hey, remember?
Donut. All right. So, you're saying that it matters with your tone, not what's actually being said. So, your main point of comedy, and correct me if I'm wrong, is sexual jokes. Very sexual jokes. Okay. Now, you're saying that it's because of your tone that people don't get these jokes. Now, don't you think it's a little...
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
It's fine. Don't you think it's a little... I'm going to use the word creepy. There's a lot of worse words I can use because I'm opinionated about this, but I'm going to go unbiased. Don't you think it's a little creepy and very Predator-like to continue to make these sexual jokes when it's been made apparent to everyone, including me? I've told you these jokes fucking suck. That these sexual jokes not only aren't funny, but are making people uncomfortable constantly.
Okay. I will address this. So, here's what I'm going to say. First things first. After the incident that happened a couple, I don't know when, but months and months ago, it was in 2019. It was like, I don't remember the exact time, but it was like in the middle of 2019. After that, I tried to like make less and less sexual jokes to like in the sense of directed towards people.
But that's the thing. I've only known you since the middle of 2019, and that's all I've really seen. So you can't really use that as an excuse. Because I've seen only that. I've only seen that.
Let me finish. Go ahead, so it's like, so what I mean by that is like, I don't know if you noticed recently, but like my quote unquote sexual humor has been less directed towards a person, and more directed as like when I'm speaking. I mean, as a generality. Like, so and I understand like it's not like my community, it's not like an appropriate thing. But it's like, how would I put it? So like when I'm with my friends and with my boys and when I'm playing Xbox or something like that, I'm just like, I'm used to being like completely like unfiltered and saying whatever the hell I want, which I understand as a personality on YouTube, I should not be doing that. That's wrong of me. But it's also at the same time, I'm trying to control it. But then when I get comfortable in the situation, I can't like, it's like a part of me wants to make just a bunch of dumb, shitty jokes. Either I make dad jokes or I make some sexual jokes. And it's like, the reason is like...
No, that's fine. No, because I do the same thing. But you need to see that the amount of people that have continuously said that they're uncomfortable. That is a big thing. When people say they're uncomfortable with their jokes, as in they're mentally not sound when you say these jokes, and they say that to you, how do you
Mhm.
feel? Do you think it's just kind of
Well, I
like,
don't. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
no, I mean, that's really all it is. Do you think they're kind of, just wrong and you're going to keep going? Because that's what it really seems like you're doing.
Okay, so here I'll explain that too. Okay, so a lot of the times what happens is people don't tell me directly if they're uncomfortable. They won't tell me at all. They will wait and then they'll tell me. And I'm not what I'm saying is they have every right to feel that way. They're not wrong for being uncomfortable. That I need to work on that. And I will admit that I am a person who has really bad time with realizing when I say something wrong or say something offensive or like rude or like saying these kind of things. I have a very hard time realizing it, and there's no excuse. Like I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm saying as a person, it's something that I need to work on, and it's the hardest thing for me to work on what I say. And like when I'm recording or when I'm doing that, it's a lot
That's no,
different
that's
because
that's understandable because I had to perfect my craft. I know I'm young, and I'm not going to say my age because that doesn't need to be put out there, but I'm a young guy, and this
yeah.
has been my dream, filmmaking and comedy and entertainment. So I've been honing in my craft. I understand that it's harder for you. Some people have different social skills, but have you
I
not
only started
noticed?
being social a year
I
ago.
I I messaged, not even messaged you when I was still your full time editor. I I remember this specifically. I called you and I told you, bro, what's going on? I have all these girls coming to me saying that they're doing this shit to you. I don't want to believe it, but it's so many people by this point. You need to fucking cut it out. And this was after your birthday, so you were 18. This shit was going on. Can you agree to that?
Was it? What day was this?
It was in September. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember it was after a call with Anna. You guys don't know Anna,
I
so I
think
can
it's
say that.
getting out of biased territory. I think it's becoming
Yeah,
more.
this is
This is more of a personal question, not really
yeah.
biased. Because we
I
had this
I think
personal.
it's
Fine, keep it
irrelevant.
biased.
I think
Uh,
it's leading the witness. I guess that's what you want to call it.
okay,
But
I'll
it's a
just say
little
You
this.
told me
bit.
to keep it on a biased stage, on a
I'm
third
gonna,
party, so keep it
if you don't
biased.
mind, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm not gonna say anything about you. I want to keep it on a personal level when me and you talked about this. Is that okay?
You can
Okay.
talk about that. Yes.
So remember when we talked, and I specifically told you, if you continue these actions, I can no longer be your editor. I still want to be your friend,
Yes.
but all right. That was in September. That was after your birthday. You were 18, and I told you before I even got in that call with you. Now that you're 18, you really can't do this shit anymore. Yada yada. But then you kept going, and I had to call you saying,
All
"Hey,
right. I
I'm your
need to
editor."
correct a little bit right there.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So afterward, where you're saying that, oh, I need to cut this shit out. Yeah. So we didn't have a conversation about it for a long time. Like after that moment, you have to agree with me. We didn't talk about it for a while.
That's fine because I wanted you
And
to take that one conversation and take it to heart.
I did. Now hear me out. This is what happened. What you ended up getting responses to was something that either happened before that day or was misconstrued by me. So like I won't give names, but an example would be like, yeah, I have like somebody sent me a picture of them literally just wearing the My Hero cosplay. And the only difference that was between the cosplay is like they just had the shirt unzipped and underneath was like the black tank top. And I made a joke saying that's hot, right? That was the joke. That was it. But this person
How is that a
decided
joke? Let me ask you first.
I say that's hot to like at that time I was saying that's hot to literally everything.
But
Literally everything.
can you
I was
agree with
like,
me that that's not a joke?
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll explain it right now. I shouldn't. I've kind of stopped saying like that's hot unless I'm like talking to my boys. They know I'm
No,
joking.
that's fine.
But
Yeah, guys don't
but
get it.
like I just was so used to saying that's hot at the end of everything or to everything, and I get it. It makes people uncomfortable, and I'm sorry. I that was just how I was at that time, and a lot of things have changed for me since a lot of different things happened in my life because I'm pretty sure that happened. That shit kind of happened. Yeah, a lot of that shit came after my car accident, and before that moment, a lot of shit
To state the
was
record, when was that car accident? Because that is true.
uh 7/29/2019. I
That
think
was in
I
June,
rem
July,
July. It was literally like it was
a
either the
month
twenty
before your
seventh or the
birthday. So
29th.
you were still 17. That's fine.
I was 17, and it was the now I just really want to address this.
Go ahead.
for everyone who says that the car accident was fake and that they found an image on Google, in my adrenaline state of mind, I thought that I had to tell someone or tell my community that I got in a car accident and I won't be able to post for another week. Like that was for my brain was like, that's the one thing I had to say, not tell my family. Like I told my family, like they called me right away. My dad called because I called 911, or well, I didn't call. Okay, so Alex, if you really want me to explain what happened in this
You don't have to.
situation,
You don't have to, because the
okay,
reason I know it's true is because your IRL friend Ember. This is the only reason I believe you. It's because he told me that the car accident was real. If not
yeah,
for that IRL proof, I would not have believed it. I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest.
okay. So here, I'll explain this. Like I think a day after the whole entire incident, all of my real life friends, and they're on my Discord server, they came and they saw me. I was bandaged up. I was on these loopy drugs, bro. I would like they had me on these drugs to keep me like. And so like so people were like, how did you walk away from that accident? How aren't you hospitalized? You should be hospitalized. No, there's a lot of reasons. First of all, I'm just I literally said I don't know why I wasn't hospitalized. I should have died, because that's the first thing that the officer, when they came in, told me, was that I should have gotten my head cut off. Something should have happened to me and I shouldn't be here. But I was here. I walked out of the car and I walked away. And that I'm so grateful for living, because in that moment, every single past regret all this shit that was happening in my past, it just felt like I could forget.
God fucking damn it, Donut!
That was my
I
fault.
could-
My bad.
I'm putting that in
I
the
could-
video. You're gonna get fucking embarrassed.
You
Continue.
Okay. That
Sorry,
was,
Mr. Beast video just popped out of nowhere. I'm like,
Continue,
that it was
Chaos.
Okay, just
Okay.
hush.
okay. That it was my like all of the past regrets that I had. Like everything felt like it just went away. But at the same time, right after that, it was like I called my uncle and we talked, and he basically said that he had a really bad accident, and afterward, the biggest problem that you're gonna face is you're gonna feel fine. You might feel fine for a bit, because like shock, but like you're gonna feel really depressed.
So
soon.
let's take into account that we'll use it just theoretically from
Mhm.
the beginning of August to the end. We're gonna humor you for a second and say that those drugs were making you act differently. Let's say theoretically that
It
was
was
the
only
case.
like
Hold on, let me
they
finish.
had me on it.
But still, we're gonna humor you and say through that entire month of August. That was all before you
Mhm.
were 18. So you can't use that car accident as an excuse after the age of 18. Now, here's where my next question is gonna come into play. And this is a very important question because I've had some very hard problems believing this, as well as, seeing you as, a person who has this. You constantly blamed your ability to do things or your reasoning for doing these quote unquote sexual exploits on your depression, quote unquote PTSD, quote unquote multiple personality disorder, OCD. Those are the four main terms that I heard. Do you actually have all of these, or are you self-diagnosed? Because people do
Okay.
self-diagnose.
And now here's what I'm gonna say. For a long time, I had I've had depression. I was diagnosed by my doctor. Like
Depression, okay. I will believe you that you were diagnosed
it
with
was like
depression.
an anxiety disorder and a depressive disorder. They had me on some antidepressants.
That's
along with
fine.
my
I could believe that. Now,
Okay, so
what I don't believe...
PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD, go ahead.
All right, I'll explain this. So with PTSD, the only like record of me having it is through a therapy sessions with a certain doctor that I went to see, and the reason was because I was considering the army at the time. And if I have records that say that I have PTSD, like the army's not going to accept me. And like I get that, like that's probably like better for the army or whatever, but like at the time it wasn't as bad as it got, and it got worse. And okay,
Where, if you don't mind me asking, it's fine if you don't want to answer. I completely respect it. Is there a cause from this PTSD?
I will not go into too much depth. I will just say a lot of childhood trauma and abuse.
That's fine.
I'm not.
No,
that was
you don't have to say anything else. I understand.
Okay,
that.
so and then
My big problem, because I could overlook all that. You said you had, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, multiple personality disorder.
okay, I'll explain this.
No,
So
before you explain it, before you explain it, did you or did you not say that?
I did say this, yeah.
Okay, the reason why I had such a hard
This was
time
a
believing
while ago.
No, I don't want to hear that it was a while ago, because Anna, she had multiple personality disorder. I
Mhm.
dealt with that shit firsthand, and I know exactly what it's like. I never saw you coming into call as a completely different person with a completely different name. I never saw any of that. I never saw any signs of you having a completely different alternate personality where your entire motives were different, your tone of voice was different. That's usually the signs of what
Yeah, yeah.
multiple
Like, okay,
personality disorder
so
is.
let me explain real quick.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So it was more of a what year was that? I think it was 20. It started in like 2017, around that time. I think
Two
it was
years,
20.
3 years ago now, actually.
Yeah,
18.
3 years.
3 to 4 years ago. Okay, go on.
Okay, Calista, I'm just talking about when it happened for me. 2017 was around the time where it kind of like it was more about like a like it was more about like a borderline personality disorder that I was talking to my doctor about, and he's like, that is very that this kind of things like feeling your emotions are kind of like
Uh,
separate, and you feel like you're a different person with your emotions. That was kind of like that was borderline personality disorder. I was discussing my doctor and stuff, and so that's when that was kind of started up, and that was like the
I,
doctor's like that could be a side effect for your
the
medications,
whole
stuff like that.
story. I'm sorry to interrupt. The whole story isn't exactly relevant to this right now. My
Okay,
question is:
I'll
Were
skip
you?
I'll skip.
This is yes or no question. Were you or were you not medically diagnosed with multiple personality disorder?
I was not medically diagnosed. I
Okay,
just
so okay, don't
I will
talk, don't talk.
explain.
I
I
just
need to
wanted a yes or
explain.
no. I wanted a yes or no. You
Okay,
can
well
explain after
I
this.
I want to
Why?
give more context.
You can give more context when I ask this question. Why would you use saying MPD as an excuse for the reasons you did what you did? Because at the time you said that. Because when I was with Anna in the call, you would say, "Oh, I do some of these things. I might be a different personality. I got MPD." You specifically said that. So I want to know, why would you think it's a good idea to use that as an excuse when you don't even have it?
Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going to explain.
Go ahead.
I do not like the whole reason I started my therapy thing was for that reason, the multiple personality disorder kind of thing. I said that I have it because I was losing my mind. I didn't know what was going on, and I needed to identify it as something. Because like I felt like I was going insane. Felt like I was crazy. No one understood where I was going. Like I was going. I felt like I was going insane. So it's like until I like gave myself something to be like, this is what I have. Okay, I can calm. Because like every single day that I didn't know what was going on was a day where I felt like I was gonna be like, oh my god, he's insane. We need to put him in the same side. I was freaking out.
You understand that's not an excuse though, right?
Okay, my point is like I'm saying that's why I said I had multiple personality disorder. That's
No,
what I
no, no, no.
said.
That's fine if you said that for the reason of saying you had it, but you used it as an excuse for why you did what you did at the time.
Okay, yeah, I was okay. Now here's what I'll
So
say.
why did you do
At
that?
that time, it was at a point where it was so like it's gone through stages, right? And like at this point, currently, like after my car accident, I haven't like I you could say heard from any of my personalities. So like I don't know if that's because of the car accident or whatever, but I just haven't. So like, I'm not talking about that anymore because I feel like it's gone. It went away. So after that traumatic event, I don't know how or what, but it did. Now the reason I used it as an excuse at that time was because, and that was I think we were addressing stuff that happened before
That was
the
late
accident.
September. I remember specifically that was late
Yeah, but
September.
I remember we were addressing stuff that happened before September though. We were like way before the car accident too. We were addressing stuff way earlier. That's what I
Not
remember.
no, we were. I was asking you, and it was in the call. I
Um,
was like, "Why were you doing
I
these
think it's getting
things?"
into too personal territory. I think we should just move on.
Oh, can I? I'll ask Kez. Can we bring it to personal territory just for the sake of believing each other
Okay,
on this?
what I think we should do is we should keep a need to know basis, and I don't think everyone needs to know everything. I think they personally just need to know like wait, what I feel or I remember, and then what you remember,
No,
not
that's
necessarily
no,
in
no.
detail.
That's fine, but I see it relevant for this discussion because you, again, I'm going to say this, and I do believe this. You used it as an excuse for the things that you did. You said it personally with me. I know you didn't make it public, but to me, you said, and you confirmed it. You used it as an excuse. Is that true?
I think at one point I might have. I can personally say this that I do not remember because I've started. I kind of block out a lot of the past just to try to like. I'm trying to get over it,
No, that's
and
fine.
like
That's
my
fine.
so like
But
I can't really confirm or deny that because I don't really remember.
okay. I
That's
really can't
all I
make the
can really
point
say.
that the fact that you don't remember most of these things, I can't really go off of anything, and
Yeah,
it
it
proves the
becomes null.
it proves the point even more though because you said it about a lot of things, like and you made it public. You're like, oh, I don't remember if I did this. I don't remember. I
I
have a
made
vague
it
memory.
public way before I met you. That's it. And then I will explain exactly what happened.
No,
I
I'm
made
not
it
ta-
public.
I'm not talking about your MPD. I'm talking about your forgetfulness of events.
I
When
mean, I'll say this: like after a certain period of time, it's like, do I really need to hold on to all of this? If I hold on to every single thing that's happened in my life, all the pain, all the negativity, and I try to remember every single moment of it, like majority of the times, it's like I'm not gonna remember it if it was a really impactful thing. Like after a certain period of time, like if it was like what if you asked me this a month or two after the event, I'd probably remember it, all of it. But like
or
because it happened, it almost what
uh,
it happened like September last year. I've kind of just pushed it out of my mind because there's like more things
or
that I need to think about than just that moment in my
that's your
life.
answer. I'm not gonna say what I my opinions at least, but okay, I respect your answer at least. Um, next question, and these relate to recent events. These are about the people such as Rin, Mayday, and other YouTubers you've had contact with. Do you feel remorse for them because of the actions that you've taken against? Actually, no, that's a fucking. I'm crossing that. That's a stupid fucking question I put on.
Do I
Remorse
feel
for
bad for what I've done
no,
and
no,
how I've
that no, no.
affected
Sorry,
them?
sorry. Here's the next question. I fucked up that question. I'll reword it later. I gotta figure it out. But next question: do you realize the extent of the people that you've hurt mentally and to their extent with the words that you said physically?
I will say this: I realize that I have said things to people and I have hurt people. I realize that. I realize that I made mistakes. I realize that I've caused damage to people that they can't replace or they can't change. And to that I apologize completely and fully because I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable and I really don't like I don't want anyone to feel pain or suffering. I don't like that. I don't want so but the only thing that I can say about it besides that I'm like so sorry and is that I have caused people pain emotionally. I will say that and I apologize for that. What they do because of that afterward, to a certain extent, I'm responsible for. But certain things that you can't hold me responsible for unless I say to them those like certain things that
You're
I'm
stumbling. I'm sorry, but you're stumbling your words and you're not making a lick of sense. Please
okay.
reword.
Okay, what I mean is I'm responsible for causing emotional harm to people and I will apologize and I accept that that was something wrong that I did
When was
and
the
I
what's the most recent emotional harm? You don't have to say what the incident was, but the
when was it
the most recent date of emotional harm you've done to someone.
well, I can't really like because like unless they tell me or unless I know for a fact like right now the only real thing I could say is like what happened what's been happening with everyone
Something
currently.
I'll say something that you. Why the fuck is everyone joining and leaving? Something that you know for a fact happened and later on found that it emotionally hurt somebody. So like, what's the most recent thing that you found out?
I had an incident with
You don't have to say no, no. Don't say the incident. Just when.
okay I had
When.
it I do remember.
I want the date,
I don't remember the date. I have to check.
month,
I think it was maybe in December.
December. So last month.
January, February, September, October, November or December, one of those 2 months.
Okay, November, December. That is well past the time that I left you as an editor.
But like, well, emotionally hurting someone doesn't necessarily mean in like a. It has you have to be, like the context
Okay,
behind
okay.
that.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's what I mean, and just in the
Next,
general sense.
that's fine. I'm not gonna keep pampering that question. Next question, and it's similar to the last question, but not the same. And I don't want to hear about who it was or what it was. I want to hear about the when, because this is what matters to me. When was the last time you had a sexual experience with someone on Discord?
Are you talking about ERP
What
or
the?
are you
Hold on,
talking
hold
about a
on. There's
voice
a.
call?
I'm talking about sexual experiences. There's not much to put into that. Whether it's
Okay,
ERP.
well, I've given you
Oh
two
yeah, hold on. Stop, stop,
examples.
stop, stop, stop. Chaos,
ERP, okay, so I'm
you're
gonna
hold on,
say
hold on, hold on. You're
this
lagging. You're
about
lagging. You're
ERP.
lagging. You're
Give me a
lagging.
second.
You're lagging. Fix your thing quick. Ugh, fucking tired.
Hello?
Yep, yep.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's good. Um, yeah. When because you're saying like you've changed completely. I just want to hear it from you. If you're saying you changed completely, when was the last time you had a sexual experience on Discord? Yep, you're adding me. Hi, I'm here.
Oh, he left and rejoined. Okay. Hello?
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 There you go. So I'll ask again. When, and this is only that matters, when was the last time you had a sexual experience on Discord? Whether it's text, whether it's
Okay.
voice, I
I'm
don't
I'm
care.
gonna say that's what I'm gonna say. So people ask me to ERP, right? Or they just
Okay,
start ERPing with me.
that's
And with
okay.
that is I'm gonna say with text, it's like within that situation, you can't it's not like it's not intentional. There's nothing like actually happening in the sense of it's
Is it okay
just
if you could
texting.
just move on to the answer of the question?
Yeah,
I have to give context to the situation though.
let him
Because
give
like
context. It's fine.
The context
I'm
isn't
not
really needed.
considering
Don't
ERP
hold on,
in
donut.
text chats.
Both of
I'm
you
not
shut
gonna
up, please. Both because everyone's talking at once. Donut, I care about the context. Chaos, go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just explain this. So ERP is essentially when somebody role plays erotic role play on
You sound like a fucking android right now.
yeah 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, fuck. Okay, continue.
Okay, so ERP erotic role play. Pretty much majority of that is through text, and it's just like it's sexual, and people like it's. I'm not saying that it's like okay, and like I'm not gonna do that anymore.
You
Obviously,
need to give an answer. Is it okay to do it or not with you?
for me, no, I shouldn't
No.
have done it, but I did. I'm saying
Okay,
that I've
you saying no. So when was the last time you ERP'd?
ERP like verbal. Okay, so like I'm talking about
Erotic
okay,
roleplay? No, your text roleplay. I don't fucking care.
texting. I think it was like a couple weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So, no, maybe more than that. I'm not too sure. Let me check. I mean, because like I don't really think I've done it since I met my somebody. I'm talking to someone right now, and I don't think I've done it. I've been talking for 20.
You don't think?
Don't remember.
How do you not remember?
I'm trying to think. Like I'm trying to think about it, but I'm like I'm trying to figure out if I did or didn't.
Somebody move that VC below Q&A because it's fucking up my recording.
Oh,
No,
okay.
why are you making all these new VCs? It's fucking everything up.
Because people keep on leaving and joining.
Okay, move it down. Thank you. Go ahead. Keep going, Chaos.
All right, so serious ERP. I don't think I've done it since I met this girl I'm talking to.
Okay. When was the last time you voice ERP'd? Or camera
Uh,
ERP'd? I don't fucking care.
okay, I have never turned on my camera.
I have witnesses that say different, but okay.
Okay, in a sense of like I haven't I mean when I say turn on my camera, I mean like to show off myself. I don't the last time I did that was like 2018, and that was a while ago.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
don't think I was even on YouTube yet.
We'll go
But
with voice. We'll go with voice.
voice. I think maybe like where like the where where it's just sexual content, or is it like we're doing sexual things to ourselves? What's the context?
Sorry, I'm typing to someone right now.
Did you hear what I
Um,
said?
no, I didn't hear what you said. Repeat yourself.
I said, so what is it like? Just sexual? Like the topic was sexual, and we were just like doing
The
like a
fact, I'm
an
sorry,
acting thing.
the fact that we're talking about the different layers of sexual like variety in with
I do
between tech. No,
NSFW
please,
content for
I
Patreon.
need you to listen to me. The fact that we're talking about the sexual variety between voice and text chat is fucking bizarre to me.
Okay.
You need to
Um,
see the bizarreness in that. Do you not see
I'm not
any?
saying it's not weird. I'm just saying it's
Not,
like
no, I'm not
it,
weird. It's bizarre. It's the fact that it's so out of the fucking mind that we have to discuss what type of sexual conduct you're talking about. That's
because what I'm saying is like there's like it's like that what you're I think what you're trying to refer to is something sexual that is like legitimate, like two people are pleasuring
Donut,
themselves
move that
from it.
VC below Q&A.
Yep. Hold
I
on.
think that's what you're referring to.
Anything sexual. If you're talking about licking a girl and it's in roleplay, or if you're talking about if you're talking to a girl saying I want you to cock gobble me or some shit like that. I'm using examples, of course, but you know what I mean. There shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to explain sexual to you.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like if you're pleasuring from it. That's what I'm saying.
So
Because
is
like
there? You're telling me there's ERP where you don't pleasure from it?
I'm just saying there's role play where you just
No, roleplay, I could care less about roleplay. People do roleplay, that's their thing. I'm not going to judge that, and I don't expect anyone else to judge that.
yeah, I'm talking about more like
ERP is explicit roleplay, erotic roleplay, where the point of it is to, I'm going to say, get a fucking boner and jerk off with somebody, or jerk
okay,
off to somebody.
that is what I was saying. Okay. And that if that's the case, it's um I would say either September
September. So
uh
what were you talking about a couple of weeks ago?
or a couple weeks because like I was just like I mean I do NSFW recordings.
Okay, I don't care about that. I'm talking about one-on-one with someone.
I literally it is on Rin's
Yeah,
live stream.
I know your NSFW recordings. I'm talking about one-on-one with somebody. NSFW recordings have nothing to do with the situation, and that's something that you do with it as a
But that
business
is
perspective.
considered ERP in a sense, without the pleasuring of yourself. It's just considered
No,
a sexual thing.
you know what? When I said ERP, I meant in the fact of you ERPing with somebody. I made that
Like,
pretty apparent. The whole point of this was to talk about what you've done with other people, not what you've done NSFW. I could care less, and I actually do care because it's going to lead to my next question. But I'll ask this before I ask that question. Do you realize that you don't have self-control at times? Recently.
yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I mean, I've already said I kind of have a problem with regulating myself and like in a sense of what I say. So it's like I lack self
No, no,
control in
no.
that
I
aspect.
mean what you do. Do you realize you have no self-control in what you do, not what you say?
Depends on what I'm doing. In certain aspects,
It
I will
doesn't
say
matter what you're doing. Do you realize you have a lack of self-control in all aspects?
sometimes, yeah.
There's no sometimes. It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, but I mean, like sometimes I do have that self control, and sometimes I don't. It's not that even if it's just like not
Okay,
depending
well,
on
if
the
it's
situation.
sometimes, then the answer is yes. You don't have that self-control.
I think it's about time we move back to the Q&A. I mean, if you look at the people, about 20 people left.
Okay, but like okay, I have this feeling that okay, this. I'm not trying to be rude, but I feel like this is a little bit more precedent than the Q&A. I'm just saying because
I'm gonna be honest. I do have to agree. Not that it's more precedent and more important, but since
yeah,
this is the
that's what I mean
entire,
by precedent.
please be quiet. Since this
Sorry.
is the topic of discussion, I feel like this is answering a lot of questions. If people are worried, and I understand if I actually am worried, if people are worried about Mayday and Rin's, state of mind right now, I think it's already been answered that they're holding on to it and they're just trying to get through the night. They're all right, but it is a lot of stress right now, and I understand because I'm under a lot of stress. I mean, look what I'm fucking doing right now. This is crazy.
Pretty sure everyone here is under stress.
But the point is, this is, you know, the topic of discussion. If you want us to move VCs to do this interview, that's fine, but I feel like people would want to hear it live. And it's not going to go on for that much longer. It's just going to go on for a few more minutes, but still, it is a topic of discussion. It's like This is pretty important. So I'm gonna continue to go. I only have a few more questions left. So
Okay.
where the fuck did my phone the fucking floor? All right. God, I'm tired. So, not with recent events, not personal. Fuck, I wrote a lot of notes here. Um, no, a lot of people are DMing me saying they want to speak. I'm sorry, I can't let you guys talk right now. Um, all right, here's a question. I was gonna ask this last, but I'm trying to figure out a way to rephrase the rest of these notes. Would you make a public apology on your YouTube addressing the people that you've hurt?
I feel like I can make a public apology on YouTube if the situation calls for it. I will make a public apology video.
Do you not
I'm
think the
gonna
situation calls for it?
I personally think that I would like to address the situation to those who have been impacted and to those who are, for example, this is a problem. I need to fix the problem.
Well, here's the situation. The situation's escalated to other YouTubers, Mayday, Rin, and anyone else who's been involved with you. It is escalated to them. They've had to make public announcements on the Discord stating why they condone of your actions and why they can no longer associate with you. So it's gone to the point where it is affecting your YouTube. So do you not think it's appropriate to
It
make a public
is, but
apology?
it's like what I'm saying is it's affecting the Discord community on YouTube and it's affecting other YouTubers. So if I handle it on Discord and I make the apology video and I send it
Well, no,
through and I make
Mayday
it
has made the live stream on it now, so people do know about the situation. So now it is,
I watched the live stream. They kind of know about the situation.
but it's there. It doesn't matter if they kind of know. It's on YouTube now. So
Yeah,
do
I
not
know.
think
I
the
understand that.
president
I
calls
have
for.
a feel. Okay, this is what I personally think. I personally think it should be handled on Discord. Like, and that's just because of the fact that if I make a huge apology video on YouTube, it's like, yes, I'm addressing everything that happened and I'm apologizing for it. The other side to that is this is a mistake that I've created and I've made, and I understand that. And I want to fix it. But at the same time, doing something like that would give me no hope. Personally, I feel like if I address it to the people who are involved and I just make a video and I post it on Discord and keep it on Discord, I feel like that would be enough to be I get like an apology and I'd be a sincere apology to them. But because like YouTube is extremely like how would I say public, and it's like I get it. This is supposed to be.
You're droning on. It's a yes or no question.
I think that I'm probably gonna make an apology video and post it on YouTube, but I'm not sure when, because if I do it now, I'm just not in the right
Okay,
state of mind.
that's all. That's all I wanted to hear. It's fine. Just wanted to know if you're going to do it or not. Now,
I think I will.
I figured out the rewording for my next question. So, if you go to the evidence, you can look at the dates. It says December 16th, 2019. That is recently ERP. That is you saying you want to do things to a girl. Recently. You're saying this is up
Right.
until September ago when you last ERP'd somebody. And I've had other evidence come in. It's not public right now because we want to make sure it's concrete of evidence up to the 24th of December. So
All right,
I
I'll have
want
to find this. Where's it at?
it's in the text channel with the evidence.
I'm looking.
You see the date? This person has come up and said it's okay for this information to be public as well. You see it?
I see it.
Okay. So you stated that the last time you ERP'd somebody, we had to fucking go on a fucking 5-minute discussion about it, which it should not have taken that long, was back in September. But this evidence shows that the last time you did it was in December. And again,
That is
I'm
not
gonna
what
say,
I was. But
please
then again, I was
stop
referring.
interrupting. Please stop interrupting. The last time I've actually got, again, it's not concrete, but the earliest that I've seen this is up to the 24th. And I would say it's even earlier than that if you want to consider what you were doing between Mayday and a few other people. So my question is, was that a
My
lie?
7 minutes in heaven.
Was that
No, okay, so I was considering it differently. What I mean is,
It doesn't
text
matter. No,
chats.
Cass. It doesn't matter how you consider it. It's what happened. You can't say I thought it was a joke.
Okay, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is something different. It's not ERP. What was happening when in a text chat that's saying that's a different thing. That is
Different. Okay, so
that.
if I said I wanted to fuck a 13-year-old for the sake of fucking a 13-year-old, is that different from me saying it in voice?
Well, not like okay. Here's what
Yes
I'll
or no
explain.
question. No, I don't want you going on fucking monologue. It's yes or no question. Is there a difference between me saying it in text chat or voice chat?
Depends on
There's
like
no
because you can't
depends.
tell
It's a
tone or
yes or no
severity.
question. There's no
I'd say
depending.
yeah. There's a slight difference.
Okay, what's the difference?
The difference is you can't assert tone or anything from text chat.
Okay, so your tone in this text chat, are you saying the tone was to be a joke?
Well, I was okay. So here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say involving this. It was referring to first of all, I personally thought that this person was 15 years of
I don't
age.
care about their age.
Okay.
I'm asking you the question. I'll get to their age
All right.
later.
All right. So my question was this, or the answer. I feel how I feel. I think that it was more or less about like making a joke to some previous history with this person. But the thing is, it was also making a joke considering the fact that this person has told me the kind of things like they want to do that kind of stuff to me, and so I made a joke referring to
They said
that you would let
they've
me do that.
stated they wanted you to do that to them.
They said that they basically would egg me on in a sense to me, and then I was like you would let me do this,
Do you have
which
any
I'm not
evidence?
saying. It's mostly in voice chat, but I have to scroll way,
You
way,
can't.
way.
I'm sorry, but
Third party.
go
Just
ahead.
jumping in here for a split second. Um, just going back on the all emotional thing. Don't you make content about talking to a third quote unquote party? Mainly about
ASMR.
emotions. Yeah, like don't you talk about emotions and love and that kind of stuff? Don't you use those kind of
Yes,
pitches in your videos?
yes.
So
Okay, thank
how
you.
could you say the tone of what you say could be misunderstood
In
when
text chat,
please stop talking. How could I'm gonna say this for voice chat. Let's take text chat out of it for a second. When you're in voice chat, how could you say that your tone was misunderstood when your entire YouTube career depends on your tone and how you say things and voice acting?
it all depends on if I'm voice acting or not. So when
You
I'm
got
voice acting,
I'm honestly getting mad. You got to stop saying it depends. I need concrete answers because that's what people are here to see. They're not here to see the
okay,
movie.
okay. So can you restate your question?
How can you say that people can misunderstand you when you're trying to make a joke and they misunderstand your tone when your entire profession and your entire career depends on your tone and how you voice act? Because you are
Okay,
in
here.
the profession of
Yeah,
voice acting where your voice is the main, spotlight.
yeah, and I'll explain that. When I'm voice acting and I'm putting on like a voice, it's it's easier for me to change my tone. But when I'm speaking normally, I'm not trying to be voice acting, and I'm just talking. Like I'm not trying to add like tone or inflection or anything like that to my voice. I'm just speaking. When I speak normally, there's not much of a tone difference, is
But
what I'm trying to say.
why can't you make that tone difference? There is no reason
It's
why you
more like
can't.
that's just the way I talk.
No, but there's no
That's
reason why
just.
you can't make your tone more apparent with people. Like
But like what you're saying,
no, I'm
what
telling
I'm
you,
saying,
biologically, I'm using the facts now. Biologically, there's no reason why you can't make your tone more apparent when you're telling the joke. Doesn't matter if you're profession,
it's
doesn't matter if you're working. You can do that no matter what. So why not do that instead of making your voice monotone all the time?
it's not that okay. I'm not trying to just do that because I don't really want to do that. I just talk when I talk normally. I it just nothing like changes. That makes any sense. Like I don't. I only do that when I'm doing voice acting, and that's pretty much it. Like, and I have a deeper voice, so when I do it with voice acting, I have to change my voice and manipulate my voice. But with when I'm speaking normally, I don't have to
Okay.
manipulate my voice as much. I don't really try to do
I
it.
personally disagree with what you're saying with how that could be possible at all, but I'm not gonna debate about that because we're gonna have to stay
Okay.
professional. So I'm gonna move on back to the text chat. So texting somebody, you're saying your tone can be misunderstood or they can't even read what your
Mm-hmm.
tone is. However, you went on a good 10 to 15 minute conversation with this girl doing these little asterisks, hugs you asterisks, and then, oh, I want to do things to you. So I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what your tone is. It's in text, and it's gonna be the blandest you can put it. I don't want to hear any excuses for that. So you put these texts out, and they're there. So why is there a notable difference between what you say in text chat between voice chat? Like, I'm gonna use the example again. If I said I wanted to fuck a 13-year-old girl, and that's my right. If I said that in voice chat between text chat, what's the difference?
I would say in text chat, unless you add context, can't tell. With voice chat, you can tell by how the person's speaking.
Okay, I want to fuck a 13-year-old girl. What context is there?
Well, you're just saying it. There's no like.
What if I really do?
You're,
What if I want to fuck a 13-year-old girl right now in my
well,
bed? What if
well,
I'm being
I'm not.
what if I'm being dead ass?
Well, then that's you. I can't be like, oh, well,
Okay, now what if I say that?
can't-
What if I say that in text
I
chat?
think it's becoming non. I think it's becoming more personal.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to use logic right now, because I'm trying to make you convince me, because if you can't convince me, you're not gonna be able to convince everybody else.
Okay, I'm gonna put everything blatantly. Okay, the relationship that I had with this person was something called a caretaker. What a caretaker and like, and it's that is like the DDLG thing, and it doesn't all, and so it's like being someone's caretaker is like they have something called little space, and you take care of them while they're in that space. Now, this person has consistently, like I will be like trying to be like casual or normal or whatever, and then they'll start being sexual
Okay.
in text chats.
So
And then
what about the other people?
what other people?
Other people that
Which
you've done
ones?
this to, and they've also presented evidence. I'm not gonna name
Is
names.
is it in text chat?
No, because
Or
they
that
wanted to stay
all we
anonymous and
got
we didn't
on
want to blur
him?
their name. So, because you know who these people are, the people that you have done this DDLG with, and you know that I know
I've
some of
only
these people.
done it with like two people.
I'm okay.
DDLG
So,
is different from
okay,
is a
so
different thing.
this girl was your DDLG person. You're telling me
Like my little, that's what they call
you're
them.
little. Is that what you were saying? This girl was.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask this girl,
And I
if I
recently cut off the.
if
Sorry,
I ask this girl if she was your little, will she say yes?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's right, if it's the right one we're talking about.
The one that's in the evidence.
Is that the only one? IRL Frisk.
Yes.
Yes, that is the
Okay.
person I'm talking
Donut,
to.
do you mind shooting IRL Frisk a DM and asking her if she was Chaos's little?
IRL Frisk.
IRL Frisk, yes.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Were you
So we'll get back to that later. Now I'm gonna move on to a different
Chaos
question until we get the answer to this
little,
question.
right?
Yes,
I have
little.
I 10
Were you
minutes
Chaos's little?
left.
So we'll see what her answer is for that. Now I'm gonna move on the question because we've been on this one for about 10 minutes, and this will probably be one of my last questions. This is gonna be a few part question. I want yes or no answers. You understand that the majority of your fan base is underage girls, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You understand that this type of action on Discord with that fan base is irresponsible, correct?
Yes.
So why do it?
Okay. Pretty much, how I'll explain it. If you're talking like, from my past events,
I don't
that
give a
was-
fuck. I'm talking about everything, my guy. I don't care what
Everything
was
in
back in
general.
2015. I don't care about what was yesterday. I'm talking about with a fan
Okay.
base this big and their age differences and what their gender is, female, because that is predominant. It's not being sexist. Stats have shown females have been the ones mainly going on ASMR. Underage girls have been the ones mainly going ASMR. Whatever they do to your ASMR, that's their own business. But my point is, you as a responsible, predominant public figure understand that these are the type of people watching your content.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've,
And you've
not
made
only, but the majority. Yeah.
you've made a Discord dedicated to your community, and the main people joining that Discord have been underage girls. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
So why take the irresponsible action of ERPing, doing little shit, fucking sex roleplay, whatever the fuck you do? Why take that irresponsible route and be so careless?
Now here's what I'll explain. So with like some of this stuff, I've known these people since before I was an adult and before I was bigger on YouTube. So some of these people are, and like, it's more of like, I have a really hard time saying no, and I know that's not an excuse, but it's just I haven't been the most responsible person, and like
Okay.
I'm just gonna like I haven't been responsible. I've been careless. I've done stupid shit, and it's obvious that I've done stupid
I'm
shit.
gonna message you a name. I'm not gonna say it publicly because me and you know who this person is, and it's not going in the video either. I think this
Mm-hmm.
is what their name is right now. Do you know who this is?
Isn't that the
Don't.
same person that isn't the chat already?
I don't know. It doesn't matter if they are. Do you know that person? Yes or no?
I don't. Let me look it up. Yes.
Yeah, you know her. Do you remember what you've
I
done with her?
what I what?
What you've done with her in private DMs?
I will literally send you a screenshot of our DMs. Cause do you want to see this?
Well, not really,
Look.
because I've had people tell me that you've deleted some things, so I can't really trust those
Look at
DMs.
this. Look at this.
I'm not looking because
You literally have to, because it's literally a whole paragraph talking about how she watched my videos. I said, "Thank you so much. You're welcome." That is
okay, so
the
that
entirety of the DM.
might be the wrong person then. Um, fuck, I'm trying to remember her name.
It's the only thing I have.
No, I
That-
I feel like we
fine.
should just move on.
Yeah, this is.
yeah, okay, yeah. Wait, if I think of the name, I'll send it to you. But so you're telling me the reason your defense for this is that the people you've done this with were specifically people that you knew? Chaos?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just reading something.
You're saying your defense for doing what you did irresponsibly was because you knew what you were doing because these people, you knew them personally.
Some of them.
Some of them. So not all of them.
Yeah, like I mean, like if you're talking about overall in my entire life, then yeah.
Okay, so the people that you didn't know personally that you've done this with, why take irresponsible action? You can't say that you knew them because you just said sometimes. Some of them. So why be so irresponsible and careless with underage girls of all things when you know the repercussion of what that could cause?
Okay, so the only irresponsible with like mainly with underage girls was when I was myself underage. And I'll say that.
No, I disagree with that
I'm
because
I'm talking about in like a sense of people I didn't know.
I'm going to talk in the month of September because that is when I was predominantly aware of it. As well, I'm going to use the month of December because of the evidence that we have. Those September and December, those 2 months. Why be this careless?
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain why I was careless or why I did stupid things. It's like you're asking someone who was being careless, like why. Like, I don't know how to answer that because it's like when someone's careless, they're not.
But you need to understand that what you did caused people severe mental damage. Whether you believe it or not.
I know. I'm not saying that I don't understand. I completely. Like, I've said that and I've apologized for it.
Well, there's I can name some reasons that most people would do it, and you can say which one identifies yourself as most. Do you think that's okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see if that works.
Sex drive, mental illness, past experiences, family issues. Any of these go along with it? YouTube cloud.
YouTube cloud. No. Family issues.
Because
to ERP with someone
people have said that in defense.
for family issues.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any
To get
sense.
away from it.
People have used it as they're like, oh, I was abused as a kid. I don't know what I'm doing. People have said that.
The only thing I could possibly think of is sex drive. I guess if you really
Okay.
want to bring it to something.
Okay.
I don't really think that, like, considering the fact that like the youngest person who I was aware of, it was 15 years of age. Okay, and that's like
You've told me different though.
I'm talking about when
Frisk.
I was.
I'll say Frisk because you just said that she was 15, but then said 13.
I
So it's
said
not the youngest.
that I was told that she was 15 for the law, and then only I think like a couple days ago, like a day or two ago, I found out that she was.
You're going all over the place with your story. I said I don't even remember the fuck I said because you
You
deterred so
didn't
much.
even. You
No,
never
as a
mentioned
third
their
person,
age.
third party, this sounds like it could be true. I believe I know who he's talking about. Yes, she is currently 13, but she did say she was 15. I'm gonna defend him on that one.
Okay. I'm
I
gonna
was
go.
told the entire time that she was 15. That was
Okay.
all I knew
I'm gonna go into uncharted
until.
territory, and I don't care when this was because this is still unexcusable. And you've told this to a few people, not just me. I know you've told this to other friends. You've done this at a point with a 12-year-old, correct?
What?
Something along those lines. You've done this at a point, not so sexual. I don't know the entire context, but you've done something in these
Look at
circumstances with a 12-year-old.
I no. I don't remember any of that.
Me personally, I remember you saying that when I was playing Minecraft. You telling me
When was
like
this?
you said you were young, you regret it, and I was playing Minecraft on my server on CGN. If you don't remember,
I
I'm not
Thunder?
gonna use the point. If
I
you
don't remember at all.
okay, then I'm not gonna use the point.
Thunder.
I don't
Check,
think so.
check
I'm-
DMs.
check DMs. Hold on.
Okay. Before we continue, I'm just gonna address something really, really quickly.
Go ahead.
So, to everyone listening and to everyone saying like they're sick of hearing about this and they think that I'm disgusting or whatever. My biggest point I'm gonna try to make is that someone said this. I don't DDLG isn't necessarily a I don't want to think about it or talk about it. I don't consider it as a kink because people use the word DDLG to also identify as age regression and discuss about age regression having a caretaker. So that is the biggest thing with that. When I say DDLG, I don't necessarily mean a kink. I'm talking about the age regression and having a caretaker. I needed to clarify that. I don't. And
Okay.
so like the thing is when you're someone's caretaker.
Since you're defending DDLG, whatever the fuck it is, I'm gonna say this. When you started DDLGing with a few people, you said a couple people. Were
Two
you
people I've ever done
okay?
like
They were significantly younger than you. You were aware of this, correct?
not necessarily only one person I
Okay,
was
that
aware
one
of
person was
is
significantly one person. Significant.
15. Well, I was aware that they were
I don't
15.
care. 15. They were 13. We're saying that they were 13 because that's what they were.
Yeah, but like you have to also understand.
Are you
I
aware of
was
it now?
unaware.
Are you aware of it now?
After the fact?
I'm asking
after
right
it
now.
happened?
Stop droning it on. Yes or no? Are you aware right now that the person that you DDLG'd with was 13?
Yes.
Okay.
Currently, I know now.
Are you aware that some of the things that you said to them were sexual?
Yes. Was
Okay.
it wrong? Yes.
Are you aware that this was recently in the month of December?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you have to say for yourself other than sorry, because that's not going to cut it? What's your
Okay,
excuse? What's your boundary here?
Okay. Here's all I really can say. I pretty much just don't think that. Think about how to say it.
You're mumbling. What?
I know. I'm trying to figure out what to say.
You're speechless right now. Honestly, you
I
don't
don't.
have.
I like. The thing is, like, I'm trying to figure out the way to word it. 'Cause, like, I don't know how to word it properly.
Okay. Say whatever you want.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that the behavior was unacceptable, and all I can do now is just.
You've been constantly defending the fact that this was in the past and you've changed. However, this is recent events. You've been defending this entire time.
You're basically
please
you're
let me
attacking the
finish.
same point
Please
over
let me
and
finish.
over again.
I've let you.
I think it's becoming a little bit too personal. Let's
Stop. It's not personal.
not
Matt,
personal. I mean, it's becoming
he's the medium.
it's becoming. How do I say it then?
Heated.
Too
Repetitive.
heated.
You can say heated. That's
No, it's
fine.
becoming too heated.
I'm not
Let's
getting
bring it
angry.
down a
I'm
notch.
just. This is debating. I'm sorry. I'll use a calmer tone. You've been defending this whole time that that's what you were. Multiple times you said that it was before you were 17. These were mistakes, and then you switched it to that was when I had my car accident, and then you switched it to that was when I was depressed. Now these are recent events in the month of December, and you really can't defend that. So why
What
defend
I
it? Why defend it for
so
so
here's
long?
what I'm gonna say. What I'm saying is I'm defending the fact that like nothing physical happened, and I'm also saying that in the month of December, the only things that I could think of that are like voice chat were like the the role play thing that I did in Mayday server. That was because it was like the 7 minutes in heaven thing,
Okay,
and that was pretty much
you're
all.
not
So
on
like,
top. You're not on topic.
As a third party, actually, I would like to mention something.
Go ahead.
Did anything happen on the day of the 24th of December? Anything at all?
Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? Did anything happen?
Did anything
my life?
happen?
Did anything significant happen?
Like,
that
did
day?
anything sexual happen that day?
I don't recall.
Okay, Donut. If you
I'm
well,
gonna
that's-
message you name and tell
Donut.
me if it looks familiar.
Okay.
Does this seem fair?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does this name look familiar?
Oh shit. Yeah.
Were you aware of the fact that she was underage?
I was aware that she was a year younger than me.
Still a minor.
No, Donut. No, I'm not even going that far.
Okay, fine.
Okay, because
That
a year
no,
difference
Donut. That
is
legit. That
not-
is, no, I'm gonna say that.
Okay,
Donut,
okay, I'll let this one slide, but
fucking
technically
idiot.
it's still
No, I'm
wrong.
calling you an idiot. God. All right.
It's still
If someone's-
it's still
If someone's 17,
By the court-
Okay,
18,
next
By the
next
internet law.
next thing.
It
We're
all
getting off
depends
track.
on the
Stop. We're getting
age
off track.
consent
I've said
in
what I
the
had to
state.
say. Chaos. You couldn't say anything, so we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is the death threats that you've sent out, that telling people to kill themselves, or that you would kill yourself over them. Are you aware that you've made these threats in the past?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you aware that you've never owned up to these threats, or even addressed the fact that they happened?
Okay, that is false. I have addressed it. I've apologized for it, and I've also said that I was sorry for it because some of the things I was saying, because I was playing, like I was heated playing video games, and I was just getting annoyed. I shouldn't have said it. I was wrong to say it.
Well,
and I
you said it.
apologize.
No, that's not my point. You said it multiple times to different people. Either the fact that you would kill yourself if they didn't date you, and you should know who I'm talking about, or that they should kill themselves, or that you would kill them.
Okay, I will say the last two. I have said that kind of stuff, but in a context of when I'm playing, like, it's wrong to say that. Like, I'm gonna say that it was wrong.
Okay,
to
stop
say
saying
that.
that it's wrong, because we all know it's fucking wrong. Like, there
Okay.
should never be a reason for defending that. So
Okay, it's just like the context of the situation is I am playing video games, and I know it's like that's not okay to say.
I seriously don't care about the context. I'm sorry. I'm getting aggravated right now because I'm trying to keep this logical, but
And
you're deterring me.
okay, I apologized for it, and I told them I'd stop, and I did.
Okay,
stop.
there was one case in particular that I was aware of. I was never sent any screenshots, but I had multiple witnesses come forward to me. I had somebody tell me that you would. The situation was I don't even remember their name, but the situation was you wanted to date them, and you said that they were your girlfriend, but they never agreed to this. Then at points you would say that I would kill myself if you didn't date me.
I don't
and
remember this.
constantly
I do
harasses
not
her.
remember this.
Kelsey's friend. You don't remember?
Oh my god! That was in the beginning of.
Oh, now you remember?
No, as soon as you said the name, I remember who you're talking about now. Okay, that was when I first got on Discord, and when I didn't realize what emotional abuse was, and I didn't know that was what I did. I was completely.
When did you first get on Discord?
I would say, I think it's been a little bit more than 2 years.
So
Like-
you were 16?
No. It was after I turned
Correction,
16.
yes.
Callie, don't unmute your fucking mic.
Third party.
I was-
Just wanted to say, could you look at your DMs under?
God, hold on. I got like 90 DMs right now.
I have 4 minutes to continue talking about this.
Why?
Here's what I'm going to finalize with saying, because I'm going to leave because I need to sleep.
No, because I want you to answer the question on the because your memory was just jogged apparently that you did this. So you
Okay,
I want you
so
to say
it
yes
was this was completely before any of this. This was
I
before
could fucking care
YouTube.
less when this was. It could have been 12.
Okay,
I
it
don't
does
care.
matter because at that time I was just not. I didn't understand any of the situation. I didn't understand anything of the things I said.
Okay,
or
yes or no? Yes or no? Did you tell someone you would kill themselves if they didn't date you?
Not in that way.
Yes or no question.
I can't answer that properly without giving context.
You can. You can just say yes or no, and then give the context.
Okay, I'll say then.
Yes or no,
Yes.
and then give the yes. Okay,
And then I'll give
the
context. Okay, so in the situation, it was like they kept saying like they want to date me and they want to go out with me, and then they teased it a lot, and then I got like, and then they said that they basically rejected me. I'm like, okay, I got really hurt. I'm like, I said like, all right,
what fucking
I'm fine.
What excuse is that? They rejected
I'm not,
you. So
let
you said
me
no.
finish, Mask. Then I got, and then I was like, okay. And then I kept pushing, like I kept telling her like I feel how I felt, and she's like, okay, no, I can't handle that. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. And the thing that I said, it was in text chat. I remember it was like, I might as well go walk off a building. I remember saying that, but I mentioned it, and that's what I remember.
There's no justification there. The context didn't prove anything. The fact that you said it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm
You
just
can
saying
listen. You can believe whatever you want, but I'm telling you, the societal norm, that's not okay.
Yeah, I made a mistake. It's never okay.
But you've made multiple mistakes, Chaos.
I have made. Okay, listen. Part about being me is that I know I'm not perfect.
No, Chaos,
I know
you're not understanding. All these mistakes bundle up, and when these mistakes bundle up like this, it makes your personality seem like you're a predator. I'm not gonna say pedophile because that's a whole different story, but people could assume you become a pedophile by that point. Mainly a predator.
You're taking it. Yeah, okay. You're taking an event that happened 2 years ago.
No, I'm taking multiple events. The ERP.
That event was
the constant.
I'm
threats.
talking about the suicide thing. That was one time.
Okay, I'm not talking about the suicide thing. I'm talking about everything.
You brought it up as if it was relevant.
Because it is relevant. Because it dates back all the way. It's not like you just started being like this. It dates back that far.
A third party. So you said suicide was 2 years ago?
I said I made a joke about it.
If you would kindly look over in the All We Got on Him channel,
let's take a look.
If you look at this section here, let me actually send it over to you. Could you please give me some context on this one? Just look on Ask Away, or actually look in Stream Channel. I'll post what I mean. Could you be a little bit more specific on this one?
Okay, that was nothing to do with dating. That was just me being a fucking depressed little shit. And being like, I fucking, haha, I got a fucking rope for it. Like, I was just being stupid.
Oh, I'm trying to keep composure.
Listen,
I'm just trying to keep composure right now. I'm not yelling.
Listen,
give me
the way that I cope with that kind of shit is by making a lot of fucked up jokes. And it's really fucked. Okay, but that's very personal stuff.
That's not an excuse. Cass, stop, no, be quiet. Stop fucking excusing this. I'm getting heated. I don't care. Donut, shut your fucking mouth. These aren't excuses. I brought you here to defend yourself, not excuse yourself for what you did. This is pathetic. I'm sorry. I've been trying to stay calm and trying to stay civil. I even let you murmur on because you don't know what the fuck you're saying. Because you can't defend yourself. And then you have to think of an excuse instead.
Okay, this is the biggest thing. What do you want?
I wanted you to I don't want anything. I gave you the chance to defend yourself, but you're
saying to defend myself and then don't defend myself. Like,
I didn't say that. I said don't make excuses. Making excuses is not defending yourself.
How else are you going to defend yourself? Like, what do you do?
By giving concrete evidence that you're not this type of person, instead of making excuses like you're depressed and social anxiety and fucking oh, we were ERPing, but it's not that sexual, so it's okay, and that's who I really was, and oh, I was in that in the
Okay.
past.
Yeah.
Those are the
Vicky?
excuses you've given. I haven't heard a lick of shit other than the thing with your car. That's the one thing you defended yourself about.
Yeah, I mean, because it's legitimate.
Everything
with
else has
all
been an
this,
excuse up to this point. I want
all
you
of
to,
this. Okay.
here's what I want. I want you to defend yourself on everything that I've said so far, instead of making an excuse. If it's an excuse, I'm done with this interview.
Okay.
Prove to me you're not the type of person.
Okay, so I will say this. Because of someone who suffered from a bunch of suicidal attempts, the reason I make suicide jokes is because it helps me cope. I may have said stuff that was wrong in September.
Might have?
I did. I said stuff that was wrong in September. And
What
I
about
apologize.
December?
The
I don't care
suicide
about
stuff
the
was,
months.
I'm talking about the suicide stuff right now.
Okay,
I'm addressing
I
it
don't care
one by
about.
one.
I'm telling you, I don't want to hear one by one. I want to hear everything.
Okay,
because
I
this
can't
is
just. I need to address it because it's serious.
No, here's what you can do. Generalize your actions, because all of these actions have made your personality look like a malicious predator. I want you to defend the fact that
Okay.
you're not a malicious predator, instead of going point by point, giving reasons why it was because of my depression and I was really upset at the time.
Okay. So the reason I am not a malicious predator, I have goodwill intentions. Now, what ends up happening is I have been manipulated in a bunch of situations, and then I don't know how to respond.
So name those situations and show the evidence. Why is that so hard?
Because it's like you're asking me to pull out this evidence when I'm like, I don't
I
know
will wait.
where it
Pull up
is.
the.
There's a lot of because for example, chats that you have here with the chats that are in here, these only show one side of all of it. This
Okay,
is
IRL frisk. Show me evidence about that.
Okay, I have to scroll a long ways back.
Go do it.
It takes a long time. What I can do is I can say this. I can state my point,
Okay, we're done.
I can
I'm
address
done.
the evidence.
I'm done with the excuses. I'm concluding.
Okay, Mask. I'm gonna say one last final thing. I'm gonna be done. My future hangs in the balance. I want to change, and I have tried changing, and I am. There are little things that have accumulated, and I'm trying my level best to get through it. I have changed a lot, and the reason I'm saying that is because I'm trying my level best not to be a bad person. I'm trying not to be malicious. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. Okay, I've done it, and saying sexual things, I do that, and I apologize. That happened. I said it in December. It happened.
Will it continue to happen?
No.
And you're making that promise. Are you making that promise right now?
Okay, you're recording this, right?
Yeah,
I am making a 100% promise. This is 2020. This is a brand new year. I will take this year and I will atone for the things I've done wrong. I will try. I will not say or do anything sexual with anyone over Discord who is not of age. And I will not even interact with my fans on that level at all. I will make sure that I can try to fix I will fix all of these problems this year.
You know, for a voice actor, you have an long time to get your fucking words out.
Yes, because I have a really bad stutter. We've been over this.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I just...
All right, we're done with the interview. Does anyone have any last notes?
Third party.
I would like to say something.
No, shut your mouth.
Okay.
Donut, as a third party, would you like to say anything?
Wait, what? The third party is
Callie, shut the fuck up and mute your mic.
Okay, third party. third party. Let's see. So is this a full-on promise? Like you won't do anything from this day forward? And what happens if you do break this promise?
All right, here's what I'll do. If I have, and it has to be 2020, okay? It has to be this year. It can't bring back any old shit because I'm done with the old shit, okay? I know it's a problem, it's an issue. I'm done with it. I was trying to be done with it way before any of this started again. I was trying to be done with it before Mask and Calixta came back in my life. I was been done with it, and it
Whoa,
came back.
don't bring my name into this.
Actually,
Callie, mute your fucking mic right now.
As third party.
I'm just gonna
Third party happens to notice or some of the evidence comes in December and the 1st and 2nd of this year. Would you like to explain a little bit on that?
What's the first? What evidence has for?
I'm not too sure. I can't remember what they say. If you really want to know, just go over to the evidence channel. I guess you could call it. I don't really know.
Excuse me.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
anyways, but we do have something said from the 1st, I believe, and something said in December. So I don't really know what you mean by
where
like being left behind.
Where?
You'll see all the info in there.
No, Donut, please get the screenshot. Don't just say that, because then it makes us look bad. It's not funny.
Okay. It might take some time, because some of the pictures don't load on my screen. I don't know if they load for you.
Okay. Wait, I want you to assess what you've heard from Chaos. Everything that you've heard from an outside source. What do you see?
So what I see is
I'm not muted,
lots of things that could contradict each other. At the very beginning, I found there was quite a lot that didn't make sense to what he was saying. It kind of like went against to what he's been saying. And when he first joined, that announcement that he posted in his Discord, I got messaged it. It kind of contradicted what he said at first. So that warned me.
Which was?
Hold on, let me find the screenshot 1 second.
No, not the announcement. What contradicted the announcement?
Oh, I know what contradicted.
I mean,
you said no. You said that that was the early you. Nothing's been recent. It's really just been before August when you were 17. That's what you said in your announcement. And now you're owning up to everything.
I'm owning up to everything that I've admitted. Yes,
and you've admitted. Shut up. You've admitted things from when you were 18.
I'm not going to shut up because I'm going to explain this. In the announcement, I was discussing because I at that time all I thought this was old drama. That is why I in that announcement I posted it like that because I didn't think there was any other things you were trying to get.
Well, from that announcement, you virtually lied to your fan base.
Not really. I thought at the time that was all I was discussing.
I'll show the here. For the video, I'm going to show the announcement on screen. That's what you said. You said fucking that was the old you. That was 2019 you. Fucking you've changed and all that shit now. When these events happened like 2 weeks ago. Not even, maybe a week ago even. You can't fucking switch dimes like that and say I'm not lying to my fan base when you just lied to your fan base and admitted everything in call just now.
Okay. Actually, the third party would like to talk about. I'm sorry for anyone that felt really uncomfortable. I did make a channel below where you could move down. I should have mentioned it sooner. But I'm super sorry that it came into more darker subjects. I would like to formally apologize. I don't know about these two. I don't know if they want to apologize for making you feel uncomfortable in any type of way.
I'm sorry about everything. Like, I am genuinely sorry. And the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is where it says the 2020 stuff.
Yeah, this might take a while. I have to send them one by one to see the picture.
I want to end the interview already. I already got what I fucking need.
Thank you.
It's dumb. Donut, you have any last words?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you, because you're the third party.
Oh, yes, third party.
I'm hella biased right now.
Again, it got really, really weird in the middle and towards the end, but he confessed. But still happened. That's all I can say.
Okay. Let me check something. I'm gonna pull up a third.
Okay, Vicky, I'm not even trying to like have that argument right now, but like I understand the severity of suicide, okay? We're talking about this situation because it happened. You're gonna keep attacking me about suicide.
Do not talk to
no...
the members.
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
You're here to do an interview with Mask, and that's fucking it.
Okay, listen, I'm not trying to talk to the members, but they're
No,
directly...
stop it. Stop.
Both of you shut the fuck up! Okay. I am irritated! This has been a waste of my fucking time! Kai, shut the fuck up! I've been wasting my time for weeks with this bullshit. I could have got so much shit done from this bullshit, but I've had people contact me about this bullshit, and I'm sick of it. Callie, shut up! This has been irritating for me, Chaos. It really fucking has been. I haven't talked about my personal fucking issues with what you've done and what you've caused people to do and come to me, and I have to fucking help them out because I want to be a good person, and I really fucking do genuinely care about everybody. But it's so many fucking people, I'm just genuinely fucking disgusted with the amount of people that you've hurt and have to come to me.
People hate me. And people make others hate me. It is...
People hate me! You know half the Discord hates me? Half the people I've met on Discord hates me? You know Donut hated me at a point? You know Callie hated me at a point?
Hey, that wasn't my fault.
Hey, I mean, he's fair.
They hated me, and guess what? I fucking showed them that I'm not a terrible fucking person. You have not shown a lick of shit! What have you shown that you're a good person? Tell me. What's one thing?
I genuinely am concerned about the...
No, what have you shown? Stop saying things.
People will have come to me with their issues, and I have helped them through it. I have stayed up with people at night, making sure that they were okay. I have helped people through. I have made sure that I was a friend to people. I made sure that I was there for people.
But you called Rin your best friend. You called me your best friend. You called...
I didn't call Rin my best... I never... No.
Yes, you fucking did!
No, I did call you my best friend.
Yes, you did multiple times in DC.
I think it's time for
I called Rin
this to come to an end.
Close friend.
Third party.
Shut up.
Things just got way too
I'll calm down. I'll
heated.
calm down. Shut up.
Okay, thank you. So I feel like everyone wants this to end. It's been a nice interview, in my opinion. Thank you for all this information. And then it's pretty much public opinion from here. It's up to what they think. Again,
Chaos,
we're unbiased. The people
stop,
that are talking today.
Stop. Chaos, I'll give you one sentence, and then I'm ending the interview. Go.
Oh, okay.
You can say whatever you want.
I hope that 2020 things are different, and I hope that in time people can understand that I made mistakes. All I can say.
All right, get out. So that happened. I really want to give my sincere apologies to Calixta. She's a good friend of mine. I did yell at the end. Really got heated. I wasn't mad at her, but I just couldn't stand the stupidity anymore. He kept giving excuse after excuse, and I was at my limit. I held my composure, even up to the end. I broke, but then tried regaining it, and yeah, that's on me. I apologize for that. Now, what comes next? The evidence has been shown, the interview was given, he had the chance to defend himself, and now, it's up to you guys. What do you think about ChaosPM? Is he a pedophilic predator? Or was he caught in the wrong time, wrong place every step of the way? I'm no longer going to give my opinions about the situation, as they will not carve out the future of this channel. For those who are concerned, the very few people who are concerned about how I've been doing, just busy, honestly. Working new jobs, commercials, all that shit. And now, I'm coming back to YouTube. My New Year's resolution for 2020 is to reach 10,000 subs by the end of the year. If I don't get that, I'm probably going to quit YouTube. It's not a big deal if I don't hit it. I just want to see if I can aspire myself to get these videos out. If you guys have made it to the end of the video, subscribe. Help me get that New Year's resolution. This will be probably the only drama video I make on this channel, unless some personal things come up, which they won't. I got a video planned probably next week, maybe a few days. Gary's Mod video, so keep an eye out for that. Like and share if you agree with what I said. type in the comments if you have any other opinions. I'll be looking in the comments and responding. And yeah, hope you guys have a good night, or day, or morning, wherever the hell you live.
You know what?
This has been Mask, signing off.
I have the high
Goodbye.
ground. Feeling sad, I noticed the tap tapping on my head. Was it you all along? I wonder, am I wrong? I open up and see it's kinda scary. Again today, the sunset leaves feeling lonely. Oh yeah. And soon I'll call you more and daily. When feeling sad, I noticed the tapping on my head. Was it you all along? I wonder, am I wrong? I wanna really open up and see. It's kinda scary. But again today, the sunset leaves feeling lonely. Oh, please wait for me. And soon I'll call more and more and daily. You tell me I'm a frog with a hand in me, but I'm more than a human being. I'm a frog with a really long tongue, and I put it in her bum all the way up. I go south, I go wouth, I put it in her mouth, and I yell at her to go away now. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. I'm a frog, I don't mess with girls because I like hairy dudes in the bar. Yeah. Hey. I went from rags to riches. I get lots of hoes and I mess with the stitches cause I'm a snitch. And I get lots of girls. When I smell them, it makes me wanna hurl.